Test is tomorrow. Hopefully SchoolNet will work. We'll see. Let's start off again. Hopefully pretty easy. There's a couple things with your test where you will have to identify just kind of stuff like that. So who can tell me my y-intercept here? Evan? 987 is correct. All right, so the y-intercept is the number in front. I suppose they could always change the order or something. Probably not. Usually that's the way it's written. It's the one without the exponent, right? So that's your y-intercept. What if I had... What if I had that? What might be my y-intercept there? 1. That'd be a y-intercept of 1, all right? We couldn't have a y-intercept of 0 really because it's multiplication, right? And if we multiply that exponent there by 0, then we're just kind of f of x equals 0. So that'd be a y-intercept of 1 if you ever saw something like that. Happens sometimes. Usually when you see the ones like that, it's more often where it's just something like doubling or tripling. But those would be y-intercepts of 1. All right, what about this one? We need the rate of decrease. This is what majority of your homework was, because I wanted you to get a little practice with this. Give me the rate of decrease, or the rate of decay. Nope. 35%. So that's a percentage changed to a decimal. What we want to do is we're going to change it back to a percentage, move the decimal 2 spots. So that gives me 65. But that was a decrease, so it was subtracted from 100. We're going to find out how much it's decreased by subtracting it from 100. So 100 minus 65 gives me 35. Any questions there? All right, so Jim invests $1,400 in an account that is and pays an interest rate of 5.5% each year. Approximately how much did his account increase from year 2 to year 5? All right, thinks I got it. Aiden? Money, so 0.50. Yeah, $271.50, depending exactly how you rounded to, I guess. So that is an interest rate. That means it is increasing. So basically we got 1,400 times 1.055, because we add it to 100 for the increase, to the second power for year 2. That gave us about $1,558.24. Okay? We do the same thing for year 5. 1,400 times 1.055, this time to the 5th power. And that gives us about $1,829.74. What's this problem ask you for, though? It asks you how much did it increase. So since it's asking you how much it increased, you just subtract those two numbers. All right? It's not asking for the average rate of change, so we don't have to divide by the change in y. It's just asking how much did it increase. So when you subtract those two, you get, what was it again? Yeah, so any questions there? If it asks for the average rate of change, once you subtract there, once you got that $271.50, you would have to divide by 3, but since it doesn't ask for that, we don't need to do that this time. Hey, this one's asking for average rate of change, though. Who thinks I got it? Yeah, 11.25 is correct. All right, so you take your function, you plug in the -2, you plug in the +2. When you put -2 in, you get 3. When you put the 2 in, you get 48. When it asks for average rate of change, that's finding the slope. So you change in y over change in x. So we're going from 3 to 48, and we're going from -2 to +2. So that is 45 over 4, which, whoops, like he said, is 11.25. Any questions on that one? Yesterday I didn't have any coefficients on it, and notice that's where some of y'all are making mistakes. Who's got it? Shane? Yeah. So he said 3x, y to the 3rd power, z to the 5th power. All right, the way we get that, our coefficients, we just divide. We don't have any exponents to put on them. It's just like a fraction, you simplify that way. So 6 divided by 2, that gave us the 3. For the x's, should have switched colors. For the x's, That's just division. We're subtracting, or it's looking at where there's more on the top, one more. So x to the first power, or just x. For the y's are a little bit trickier. They're both negatives. So what that means is we're flipping both of them. So the 5 goes up on top, the 2 to the bottom. When you have the 5 over the 2, that leaves you with y to the third power on top. And then for the z's, with our z's here, we only got the 1 negative, so that negative goes to the top. That puts everything on the top. The 3 plus 2 then makes z to the 5th power. Any questions on that? That's it. Y'all have been doing very well with the variable parts of it. Just making some mistakes with the coefficients.